Hello, R5 Nation. This is Todd Denen, and today I'm going to be talking about one of my favorite all-time lessons, the 7 levels of human evolution and spiritual development. Understanding the 7 levels is by far one of the most important lessons you can learn in life about yourself, especially with all the crap that's going on around the world today. If we're meeting for the first time, I have 30 years of advanced meditation and spiritual development training. All of my teachers are 7th level or 7th degree masters, and the 7th level is the highest level of human development according to the holy books and the saints. And you are going to learn all about these 7 levels here in a few minutes. I'm a 4th level Christian yogi and Brahmin, and I've written several books that are hyper-focused on showing you how to use or how you can use an advanced meditation system of techniques as the fastest way to optimize human performance, health, and spiritual development. Basically, your happiness. And for watching today's video, I'm going to give you several free copies of my books, so stay tuned. The saints in the holy books say there are 7 different grade levels of human development or evolution. You could say that they are similar to the grade levels that we have in school, and each person is required to complete all 7 levels in order to fulfill the purpose of life. Understanding the 7 levels and how they work is critical for your success and your happiness because they control 100% of everything that you receive over the course of your life. By improving your current level of development, you are also improving your ability to increase your wealth, your health, and your happiness. So what are the 7 levels of human development and how do we define them? The saints and masters say the 7 levels are universal because they are acknowledged in all religions. In Christianity, they are called the 7 levels of revelation or the 7 churches of revelation, and each church represents a grade level of human development. In Hinduism, we find the 7 levels are located in the Yoga Sutras, and there are 7 levels of Buddhism. Because most people watching this will be Christians or have an understanding of Christianity, I'm going to teach this lesson from the perspective of the Bible's 7 levels of revelation. Cool. Okay, so the first level, the lowest level, and the 7th level is the highest level. The 4th level is the key because the 4th level is the tipping point, or what the saints call the door, that leads you from these lower 3 levels. These are the physical levels of human development up to the higher 3 levels, which are the soul levels of development. And the events that are happening around the world today are now pushing all of us to these higher levels in our understanding and learning and development and evolution. First up, we have level 1. Let's take a look. So the first and lowest level of human development is the non-believer or atheist level. For the spiritual students out there, level 1 is the Ephesus church. In Revelation 2:5, it says that we have fallen. And fallen basically means that at level 1, we are ignorant to the higher levels of human development, to the universal laws, to the purpose of life, and ignorant to God, or a higher power, a supreme power. For example, when Adam and Eve were in heaven, they were perfect beings, just like Jesus, Buddha, Krishna, and everyone else who has completed the 7 levels throughout history. When they had physical sex and they were kicked out of heaven, their perfection, or more importantly, their higher spiritual intelligence, was removed from them, and they had to start back at the lowest level of development. Basically, they flunked out of heaven. And God could have easily destroyed Adam and Eve. However, he allowed Adam and Eve to live because he knew they could relearn how to become perfect beings again. And this meant that Adam and Eve had to learn how to overcome the desires of the lower human existence and the negative energy that we call Satan or the devil or Maya, the great ignorance. And by doing so, God has created a school of higher learning here on earth that everyone must overcome and complete, just like it says in the 7 levels of Revelation, the 7 levels in the Yoga Sutras from Hinduism, and the 7 levels of Buddhism. One way to prove how your success in life is controlled by your current level of development is to compare atheist billionaires to billionaires who believe in a higher power, believe in a God. In 2019, there were over 2,800 billionaires in the world. Of those billionaires, less than 1% are atheists. So 99% of the billionaires in the world today believe in God. Now, obviously, financial wealth is not the only thing that we can use to define this, but it's a pretty good tool to start with. If we look at the big picture, there's a reason that only 7% of the world's population are atheist or agnostic. And that's because being an atheist or being at the lowest level of human development is a losing formula for success, because you are living out of alignment with God, with the universal laws and the purpose of life. At level 1, the universe and God greatly reduce your ability to achieve your highest goals. And that pain is then what motivates people to the higher levels in their development. That's how each person is hardwired. It's in our DNA to reclaim our perfection. You can't prevent it. It's inevitable. So go with the trend instead of against the trend. The last thing I have for you at level 1 is this: a great case study that I teach my students of someone moving from the lowest level, the first level, up to the 3rd level of human development is the movie The Case for Christ, which is based on the true story of Lee and Leslie Strobel, who were both atheists who then found God. Very cool stuff here. On the other end of the scale, we have the 7th and highest level of human development. This is where you will find the 7th level saints and masters. These are all of the individuals throughout history who have completed all 7 grade levels in God's school of higher learning. From time to time, you will hear someone call another person an old soul. Basically, they are acknowledging that that individual is at a higher level in their development, their spiritual understanding. The 7th level is also where you will find all of the saints and masters who are able to levitate, walk on water, stop the aging process, resurrect themselves after death, materialize 2 bodies, answer any question with their intuition, predict the future, heal any disease. If you want to read some real life stories about these saints, I'm currently giving you a free copy of my book, Superhumans. So keep watching to learn how you can get your copy. Level 7 is the Laodicea Church of Revelation and Revelation 4:1. At level 7, the holy books, like the Bible, tell us that after we have completed the 7th and final 11, then and then only is a door to heaven open to us permanently. And we are then able to come up to heaven. Now we have levels 1 and 7 established, the lowest and the highest levels of human development. I'm going to fill in the rest of the levels for you. So level 2, the 2nd grade level of human development, is the believer level. This is where the individual believes in God or a higher power, but they don't find enough value in that higher power to include God in their daily life. To go back to our atheist case study, in the movie, it was a near-death experience of their daughter and her almost choking to death at this restaurant that motivated the Strobels to find God. Most people at the atheist level or the believer level, unfortunately, experience some tragic event in their life that then motivates them to learn more about God and the purpose of life. The masters and the saints teach us that all pain and suffering is caused by being out of alignment with the purpose of life, with the universal laws, and with God. And as you increase your level of development, you minimize and reduce your pain. Okay, next up we have level 3. Level 3 is the religion level. And this is where we graduate from the 2 lower levels and people really start believing in God and a supreme power, a higher power, and they want to learn how to become closer, to connect with that supreme power. To do this, we typically join a religion to express our current spiritual beliefs. The saints and masters say the majority of people on this planet right now today are at level 3, the religion level. At level 3, many people think they have peaked in their spiritual development and spiritual understanding. And so they kind of just stop. They just like, hey, I'm cool with where I'm at. And when they die, they believe that God will take them up to heaven. But if level 3 is the final level in your learning, in your development, in your evolution here on earth, you need to ask yourself just one thing. Why can't you do all the same things that the saints and masters are able to do? All the saints and masters throughout history. Why can't you do what they're able to do in the human body? And the reason is simple. There are still more grade levels for you to complete in your development as you move towards your eventual perfection, your guaranteed perfection. And I'm talking about the perfection of your soul and not the human body. For example, look at what Jesus tells us. So he says, you will do greater things than me. John 14:12. You are already perfect, your soul, just like God. And you just need to improve your development, your level of development. Matthew 5:48. And Jesus acknowledged the levels by saying you need to overcome the 7 levels just like I did. Revelation 3:21. And the reason you should expect and even demand more from yourself is because your soul is an individualized piece or part of God. And that's what it means to be created in the image of God. It's not your body, it's your soul. The saints and masters say you don't have to pray to God for him to come to you because he's already a part of you, your soul. And all you need to do now is improve your knowing, your understanding, your learning by completing these 7 levels of development. And the belief, the inferior belief that you are only human simply reflects the beliefs that we find at the lowest 3 levels in human development, levels 1, 2, and 3. That's all it is. When you get to the higher levels, you move beyond that belief and understanding. As Gandhi said it, it's curious how we delude ourselves, fancying that we can develop our bodies, but then we think it's impossible. How can we possibly improve and start to use the hidden powers of our soul? But it's possible. It's possible for everyone. It's guaranteed, in fact. What you are learning right now is the fastest and most effective way for you to accelerate your development and what you can achieve in life. One last interesting point I want to make about level 3. 25% of today's Christians now believe in reincarnation. And one of the ways that I determine if one of my students is ready to graduate to the 4th level of development is their belief in reincarnation, because that's one of the lessons you come to understand and believe at the 4th level. So if that's you, if you believe that you're loving God, knows that you're going to make some mistakes. In fact, that we're all going to screw up in life, and we're going to do it a bunch of times. And then this loving God is going to allow you to come back to his higher school of learning instead of sending you to this eternal hell for the rest of your existence. That means you're probably ready to graduate to the 4th level in your development and the advanced Bible lessons like this. So what happens too is we just get stuck in Christianity. We're like, okay, I know there's something more, but how do I learn it? Where do I go? Where are the teachings? Well, keep listening. I'll show you where. So, which now brings us to level 4. Level 4 is called the scientific level. And this level is where we learn the advanced scientific techniques like God meditation and the pre-meditation techniques that help you to accelerate your level of development and evolution of your body, of your brain, so that you can then fully express the perfection of your soul. Basically, when you make it to level 4, God gives you a spiritual shortcut to complete your final training. For example, in my 4 levels of meditation lesson, you learn about the advanced techniques that speed up human evolution and spiritual development. These are used in conjunction with God meditation, the God meditation technique, which is the highest form of meditation there is in the world. This is the meditation technique that was first discovered and developed by the advanced saints over 5,000 years ago, and it predates all other forms of meditation, and it's the same meditation used by all of the great spiritual teachers, by Jesus, Buddha, Moses, Krishna, and all 7th level saints and masters from all religions. Here is some really cool stuff. Here's the scientific proof that God meditation and the advanced pre-meditation techniques, literally they evolve, expand your brain while also creating new growth in your brain. First, Dr. Goldman and Dr. Davidson did a study, and they discovered that your brain, when you use God meditation, evolves to the highest level, to the gamma brainwave level. And these advanced meditators, all of their brain waves were permanently at this higher level. And this is huge because your gamma brain waves optimize your other brain waves and your efficiency, the efficiency of your brain and your brain functions. Second, Harvard neuroscientist Dr. Sarah Lazar said, after 8 weeks of starting a meditation program, it caused new growth in your brain area that controls learning, cognition, memory, and the production of key peak performance brain molecules, or what they call neurotransmitters. What's important to note here is that she's talking about using just one of the pre-meditation techniques, mindfulness. It's actually not meditation. It's a pre-meditation technique. So check out my videos on meditation. I explain all about that. I teach my advanced students how to use 6 different pre-meditation techniques along with the God meditation technique. So that's the secret sauce, a complete meditation system. The sad thing is this, I don't think any of the current Christian or Catholic churches teach you this advanced form of God meditation. So I'm going to teach you the same meditation technique used by Jesus and all of the other advanced saints and masters. For a limited time, I'm going to give you a free copy of my book, Meditation Secrets Revealed, Harnessing God. So just keep watching to get your free copy. The 7 levels is also why this stuff is happening right now around the world, because God is now pushing all of us to the higher levels in our development. And those who understand these levels and how they work are going to be the individuals who thrive and grow their businesses and their careers in this new world economy. Completing the 7 levels comes down to understanding how to bring all of your thoughts and actions back into alignment with the universal laws of living and the purpose of life. Finally, we have levels 5 and 6. The top 3 levels are simply different degrees of mastery, of being a master or a saint. At level 4, you are introduced and you learn how to use the advanced methods of God meditation and the pre-meditation techniques that we use to shortcut and speed up human evolution and spiritual development. However, levels 5 to 7 reflect your degree of mastery of using these advanced techniques. It's just like going to school. The higher your grade level, the higher your mastery of the subjects, of the knowledge that you're being taught. So here's an example of the kind of mastery that exists at the 5th to 7th levels of human development. I remember seeing this photo as a kid, and I was wondering, how the hell can this guy just sit there calmly while he was on fire? What I later learned from my 7th degree teachers, from these saints and these masters, is that at the 5th to 7th levels of human development, you understand how to fully control your body and mind. And here's the super important point that I want to make here. So please listen carefully. When you have learned how to master and overcome the distractions from your body and from your mind, your soul is finally able to fully express its divine nature. This is your God-given divinity and the perfection that's within you right now, and it's just waiting to get out. Like a great bottle of wine, you need to uncork that sucker and take a big drink of your perfection. The 5th level is where we find the Sardis dead church level in the Bible. And there's a higher meaning to this word dead, which is actually really good. So the 5th level of human development, the Sardis dead church level, was acknowledged by both St. Paul and St. John. And this is the higher meaning of 1 Corinthians 15:31, where St. Paul said he was able to die daily. And then we have St. John, and he said, I fell at his feet as though dead, in Revelation 1:17. So here's the higher meaning of that. Both verses have the same meaning. Basically, they reflect how St. Paul and St. John had mastered the higher levels of human development because they had reached, at minimum, the 5th level, the Sardis dead church level. Die daily, fell at his feet as though dead. And this ability to die daily and to appear dead-like reflects mastery and control over your body, over your mind. And when this is accomplished, your soul is no longer a prisoner of the body. And so it's then able to fully express its divine nature and its perfection. So when you practice the God meditation technique and the advanced pre-meditation techniques that prepare your body and mind for God meditation, you learn, this is what you learn at the 4th level of human development, the Thyatira church level, that most people are moving to right now in this world. You literally understand how to withdraw the electric energy that's usually flowing outward to your 5 senses, to your body, and you learn how to reverse that electric energy and then bring it back inward to your soul and to God. And in this higher state, this higher connection with God, your body temporarily appears to be dead-like, or die daily, because your energy is highly focused inward and not outward. And when you are done meditating on God, you simply redirect that energy back into your body to flow back outward to your 5 senses. So that all you're doing is you're just controlling, you're learning how to master your body and mind. Again, the top 3 levels are levels of mastery. Several very important things I want to point out about the 7 grade levels of human development. First, this is an advanced Bible lesson and spiritual lesson. that's taught in the Yoga Sutras, the 7 levels of human development, and it comes to us, or it's taught to us, at the 4th level of human development. So for Christians, this is the Thyatira church level. And if you don't believe in this lesson, that's fine. Its beliefs simply reflect your level of development. Second, when you look at the 7 churches, the 7 grade levels of human development, 7 grade levels of revelation, there's a hierarchy to these churches. There's an order that they're given in the Bible. And all of the churches, except one, all of these grade levels, except one, are levels of human development. Well, they're all levels of human development, but all of them tell you to overcome, except one, and to learn the lessons at each level in order to move to the next higher level. So the million-dollar question and answer is this: why is there no overcoming at the 7th level of human development, which is the 7th Laodicea Church of Revelation? Well, that's because you've reached, at the 7th level, you've reached the St. Paul and St. John levels of human development and mastery. And when you meditate on God at that high level, you are inwardly directing all of your energy. And when this happens, you are then able to make the highest connection between you and God. So remember, the 7th level is the only church that does not tell you that you need to overcome, because you have completed the 6 previous levels. The 7th level, the Laodicea Church level of revelation, is the highest level of human development and evolution. And when you graduate from this level, from God's school of perfection, there's no more overcoming or learning to do, because you have now completed the purpose of life by reclaiming your lost perfection. And more importantly, or more appropriately said, you are fully expressing the perfection of your soul. When that happens, Church 7 or grade level 7, it tells you, hey, you finally opened the door to heaven permanently. Very cool stuff. Okay. Thank you so much for taking the time out of your busy day to watch this video. I know it was a long one. I'm sorry. A lot of stuff to pack in here. By far one of my favorite lessons to talk about and teach. And so for taking this time, I want to give you several copies of my free books. Just go to r5formula.com and you will find them under the resources page. Also, if you want to learn more about the advanced Bible lessons that come to us from these 7th level saints and masters, please check out my Advanced Bible Lessons program. Also, I have an Accelerator program for business owners and for career growth. Very, very cool stuff. If you want to know what's best for you, which program, you can message me on Facebook at the R5 Formula page or from my website, or put it in the comment section below. And please do me a huge favor. Like this video and subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already. This way you will be kept up to date on my latest and greatest videos. So the question of the day: what's the #1 thing that you are struggling with right now? Let me know by putting it in the comment section below, or message me directly on Facebook if you don't want other people to see. I'm more than happy to help you. And if you have other business questions, business growth questions, how to fix your problems, meditation questions, spiritual development questions, put them in the comment section below. Again, I'm more than happy to help. Okay, this is Todd Denen. Here are some more recommended videos for you to watch. Have a great rest of your day. Peace out.